Project 90 is slow off tilt alarm. The slide switch is already on, but nothing happens. Turn down your volume, please, because when I tilt the circuit toward me, the alarm will go off. It will slowly fade away. Depending on the direction in which you tilt the circuit, the bearing inside the tilt switch, which I explained earlier, will fall into place and complete the circuit to sound the alarm. Now for the second part of this project, I am going to remove the 2-snap wire and insert the red jumper wire between points A and C, as you can see. And now the circuit, the alarm will activate when I tilt it away from me, not toward me. Now if I was to have both the 2-snap wire and the red jumper wire connected between points A and B here, the alarm will be so tilt sensitive that it may not turn off at all. I'm not going to do this, but you can change the tone of the alarm by using a 1-snap wire and 2-snap wire to make different connections. See how sensitive the circuit is now? But I'm going to remove this, and then I am going to place the C4 capacitor in place of the C7 one. Now the alarm will stay on much longer when I activate it, because the C4 capacitor has a lot more storage, electrical storage, and it may appear to never shut off, and I am not going to wait for it to do so. Project 91 is slow off tilt light. I replaced the speaker with the color LED, and you can use the bicolor LED as well, and I might use it in a little while, but when I tilt the circuit the right way, the color LED will come on, but it glows steadily, and to my eyes you can see all three. I can see all three colors. And sorry that's hard to see with it being so bright outside, but it will gradually turn off. Now I can connect the jumper wire to change the direction in which the LED activates. Now I didn't do this with the previous project, but I'm actually going to see what happens when I connect the double snap wire here to different points by the alarm on the alarm integrated circuit. They say it would be interesting. It seems like it's changing colors a little bit. Like the sound might determine how now the alarm integrated circuit is doing the machine gun sound, and it's controlling the color LED, so now it's blinking. That might be the European siren, and now it's changing colors and flashing. Now I have the red LED on. It appears yellow, but it's really red, and it will come on when I tilt the circuit the right way. I still have the red jumper wire connected between points A and C, but I would like to change the variance, and for instance, when you activate the machine gun sound, the red LED flashes, and it flashes on and off steadily. But on most other variants, it's on steadily. Project 92 is switcher fun. The switcher is included, and when I turn on the slide switch, I can move the switcher to either the A position or the C position. Nothing happens on that setting. Let's see if anything happens when I move the adjustable resistor. Still nothing. Turn off the slide switch, and now I'm going to move the switcher to the B position. The color LED quickly comes on and then goes out. And now I'm going to turn on the slide switch. The bicolor LED flashes. It's pretty interesting what kind of activities you can do with the switcher. And the capacitors play a big role. Moving the switches in different combinations will charge and discharge the capacitors, which will then power the LEDs. For instance, when you move the switcher to the A position and turn off the slide switch and then move it to the C position, depending on the combination, you might actually get the color LED to turn on. Yep. Move it back to the A position. For instance, if you have the adjustable resistor all the way up on its lowest setting, I would say, because the symbol is upside down, so therefore it would be the lowest setting, and move the switcher to the A position and then move it back, the LEDs come on and briefly go out. The color LED especially is pretty bright, but the bicolor LED lights up as well. I switched the positions of the LEDs, and let's see what happens now. Now when I move the slide switch, the switcher, up to the A position, the LEDs come on. When I move it back, only the bicolor LED comes on and it goes off quickly. Notice how the bicolor LED is red when I move the switcher to A, and then how it is yellow when I move it to C. There's just so many different combinations you can have with this circuit, so I'm not going to go into detail. Project 93 is adjustable slow off tilt light. I'm going to turn on the slide switch, and the red LED comes on. Now whenever the tilt switch is activated, the C7 capacitor will charge up with energy, and when the tilt switch no longer senses tilt, the energy from the C7 capacitor will discharge through the pivot stand, the NPN transistor, and through the bicolor LED. And at certain angles, the circuit may be more sensitive, but you can adjust the angle the angles you need to tilt the circuit to turn it on by disconnecting the 3-snap wire and connecting the red jumper wire between these 2 points. Now it turns on when you tilt the circuit in a different direction. If you were to keep the 3-snap wire where it is and connect the red jumper wire, then the circuit will be very sensitive, and even the slightest touch could activate the tilt alarm. The adjustable resistor here is used to control the brightness of the LED when it is on. Project 94 is color slow off tilt light. When I turn on the slide switch, the color LED will come on and it will become bright whenever the switch detects tilt. Now I still have the jumper wire and 3-snap wire across connected, but I'm going to remove the jumper wire, and it will still activate whenever the tilt switch senses a change in angle. There's not too much of a difference. And right now, it seems like the switch is sensing tilt and it's going to stay on for a while. Oops, there it goes. I replaced the C7 capacitor with the C4 one, and now it will store more energy. As a result, when tilt is detected, you can use either the bicolor or color LEDs, but they will stay, whatever LED you use will stay on much longer. It'll eventually go out, but if you were to set the adjustable resistor to the right, because less energy is being used, it may take a very long period of time to completely turn off. And then when the circuit detects tilt, it will come back on again. Project 96 is bright, slow, off, tilt, light. When I turn on the slide switch, the bicolor LED will come on. It's red and it's very bright. I modified the previous circuit. You can see that I moved some of the parts around, and in this instance the RV2 resistor is used to control how long the LED stays on after tilt is removed. And it seems to stay on for pretty long regardless of the setting, because I'm also using the C4 capacitor so it lasts longer. I'm not going to wait for it to turn off, but I was just going to quickly explain. I'm not going to do this, but you could remove the 3-snap wire between points A and C and connect the red jumper wire between these 2 points to change the angles in which the light is activated. Project 97 is adjustable slow off vibration light. The slide switch is already on, and I'm going to tap the vibration switch, and the bicolor LED comes on, and it will gradually go off. This circuit has the RV2, which allows you to control how bright the LED is and how long it stays on after vibration is detected. The brighter the LED is, then the faster it will turn off, which is on this setting. Look how rapidly it goes out. In the middle, it will stay on for a moderate period of time, and it won't be as bright, but then on the lowest setting it will be very dim, yet it takes much longer to completely go out. And the C7 capacitor collects energy through it when the switch detects vibrations. Then once the vibrating is done, the power will discharge from the capacitor through the LED. Right now it's collecting energy, and now it's releasing energy. If I were to disconnect the capacitor entirely, then the LED would go out immediately after vibrations stop. Project 98 simply involves replacing the bicolor LED with the color one, and it will come on when the vibration switch senses shaking or vibrations, and again the RV2 controls how bright the LED is and how long it will remain on. The C7 capacitor does the same thing as in the previous project, and it will slowly go out. This is the longest setting that the color LED will stay on. And there you have it. Project 99 is very slow off vibration light. I replaced the C7 capacitor with the C4 one, and I can use either the bicolor or color LEDs. I'm using the color one, and when I turn on the slide switch and tap the vibration switch, the color LED will stay on and be brighter for a very long period of time, regardless of the setting of RV2. If I move the switch to the right, it may appear to never go out, even though the LED is very dim.